Ready for the final gold medal match of this Paralympic table tennis tournament. It is for class 9 to 10 in the men's team event, and the Republic of China will take on the Spanish team, who have done remarkably well to get to this final and have some excellent table tennis players in their ranks. As always, start with the doubles, then 2 singles. May not need both if it goes the way of one team in the doubles and the first singles. And it will be fascinating to see. China, of course, such a dominant force in table tennis, but you know what? They've got some decent players, the Spaniards.
Yeah, they did terrifically well, as you say, to get to the final. Upset Poland in the semi-finals. 2-1, won a thriller 3-2 in that third leg. And so again, they will be feeling like they're just lucky to be here, so they have nothing to lose, can go out and enjoy it. And as you can see there, those are the selections, Ma and Lian of China to take on RUIZ, REYES and CARDONA, MARQUEZ of Spain. And interestingly, one of the Chinese players, Ma, is a class 9. This is how China got through to the final, yet to drop a match.
Ma Lin is a world rank #1 in class 9. Didn't get further than the quarterfinals though. He lost to Mohamed Kalem of Italy.
Yeah, it was a bit of an upset, that one.
Just. And then with Ma Lin is Lian Hao, who says in his biography that his hero is Ma Lin. So there you go, playing with his hero, the 21-year-old. Ma Lin only 26 himself, so there you go.
But an interesting selection. So the gold medalist from the class 10 singles, which is Guy Yang, not playing in the doubles. So are they saving him for the singles?
Well, I mean, he's world rank #6, so it's hard to tell, isn't it? Because you do have to do this blind. You don't know what the opposition is doing as well. So they select their teams and hand it in to the officials.
Of course, Guy also beat CARDONA MARQUEZ in straight games in the singles. So there's that one over him. He's ranked at 13th in the world, CARDONA MARQUEZ. But it is a strange selection to leave out a player who's just won gold at the Rio Paralympic Games. Even though he's world #6, he's got to be feeling confident after winning gold.
Muka of Germany is our umpire. Elena Semenova of Russia assisting her. I expect a very different kind of table tennis competition to the class 1 and 2 we saw earlier in this session. In the wheelchair and the sitting table tennis doubles, as long as the serve goes to the right side of the table, after that anyone can hit the ball here. Of course, a bit like the Olympics version of the game, you have to do it in strict rotation.
And that means you can, really develop some tactics in terms of where you play the ball and where you're going to move on to the table from.
One thing you will see slightly different is those obviously with limb impairments. They'll be serving off the bat, I imagine, or holding them. Some hold the ball underneath the bat and throw it up. So that would be a little bit different, and that obviously allowable. This is Jorge Cardona Marquez and Jose Manuel Ruiz Reyes. The pair, world rank 13 Cardona, world rank 4 Ruiz. 38-year-old Ruiz and Cardona 28 years of age. Neither had a singles to remember. Quarterfinals, Guy Yang, Cardona going out 3-0, and a round 1 defeat for Ruiz.
Yeah, it was a little unlucky, Ruiz, because he won. He won one of his 3 matches.
Yeah, but Ruiz, interestingly enough, Ruiz going out to Lian Hao, who's across the table from him. So anyway, there we go. We're ready to get underway. This is the opening match, the doubles in this men's gold medal match for classes 9 to 10.
noise on the table already. You can tell that all the players are pumped up for this one. It's vital to get a good start, particularly for the Spanish. Of course, we are the underdogs here in this one.
Crisp exchanges.
It was a tricky shot to play. It's been against a heavy backspin. There's a lot of topspin on that forehand.
The backhand going long. China with the advantage. And Lian Hao with the serve.
It's a rally of the match so far. The Spaniards who come out on top of it.
Cardona and RUIZ in a conversation about the type of serve they want. And here we go again. The umpire talking about having the open palm so the opposition can see the serve about to be imparted. They also been very hot on the ball being thrown up the 16 centimetres. It's been difficult for players. They have to throw it up from the crook of their arm. Like RUIZ, because sometimes the arm comes up with the ball and the umpire's still been penalising.
Yeah, there has been occasions where, obviously, with your toss, you keep the ball and your arm in line to you with the ball toss, and the umpires have mistook that for the ball staying in the arm. It's been released a little earlier.
Of course, you're quite hot on when you serve at an angle with the ball behind you and then come round. Well, I think that's a different one to call when you're at 90 degrees to the server, but there you go. So
it's not the easiest of jobs being an umpire.
No, absolutely. Here's RUIZ. He's certainly tossed up high enough.
It's a fine return from LIAN. Really quick wrist speed to whip over the top of the ball.
It's not that the Spaniard has played a poor shot per se, it's just the fact the spin has been too much to deal with. And that's one thing you don't want to do, hand back the initiative with a poor serve. That's a brilliant forehand. Long again from RUIZ this time. All of a sudden, China within touching distance of this first game.
Just a few too many unforced errors, I'm afraid, from the Spaniards.
A bit undercooked, aren't they, in this first game?
They know they've got to be aggressive. They've got to play their very best table tennis to win this one against two excellent Chinese players.
And that didn't take long at all. Very good stuff from Lian Hao and Ma Lin. They took a while to get going, but then pulled away from the Spaniards. And it's China who have the early advantage in this match. Game two here. All we're missing here is a ball. Here it is. I think it's in a pocket somewhere. Here's the Spaniards with the serve and a bit of work to do.
Oh, that's incredible. What speed. It's so well to just manoeuvre his body out the way of the ball hit Cardona.
There was no spin on it. It was flat batted and pure instinct.
Oh, the speed of the rally, something to behold.
A bit of the net.
Nice response though from the Spanish here. They made a few too many unforced errors at the back end of the first game. They're now nice and aggressive still. They haven't gone into their shell and they made those unforced errors. Oh, it's great defence from the Chinese pair.
Took their time and got as much topspin as possible. Cardona, the 28-year-old, with the serve here. Something on the floor. Can't imagine it's going to make any difference. No, I think we're just going to stamp on it and hope it doesn't move around.
Well, he's been on the ball there.
We've gone from the big booming forehands to the little dinks at the net. Every kind of shot on display here.
And a quick rally. It's amazing, these players, and how they can adjust to different spins and speeds so quickly. Also just how the speed does change. Oh. Round up big. Too big.
He wasn't going to worry about it. He was just going to try and hit it. Yes, again, Lian Hao The howitzer of top. Look at this. Look how much spins on there.
He's almost on the floor.
The amount of rotation he gets
that
in.
much behind it.
Yeah, not just the hand, but of course the whole body coming through the shot.
Ooh. There's half a chance he was lulled into it.
Great spectacle. There's some really, whether they land the table or not, some really big shots being attempted by both these two sets of players.
Again, absolutely everything into that one.
And yeah, there was a lot of topspin on that shot, but he was willing to give it a go, see if he could impart even more himself. 5 apiece in this second game.
John Abbey being well behind in this second game. Get their noses in front. He's missed it. Right on top of the net too. That's a real unforced error.
A lot of noise around the table. Not only dominating the shots, but trying to dominate the atmosphere around the table.
Positive body language so important to show to your opponents. I'm seeing a lot of errors from both teams. The speed is frenetic and so quick, and there's a lot of spin on the ball too, so it's a lot tougher than it looks in terms of to tee off on a ball. Did so well just to maneuver his body out of the way of it.
The amount of spin, Cardona looks like he's actually, you know, made a mistake in terms of the shot, but there's so much topspin, it actually dips under the bat at the last minute.
Even a bit of side spin on it as well.
Yeah.
You can see he took a swing at thin air. And when he connects with it, he isn't coming back. That was a huge forehand from Cardona.
Man knows what it's like to have medals. Team silver at Beijing and a bronze in the singles at London, Cardona.
He finds another forehand.
Every 6 points, you can take the towel. Used to be every point. They used to take forever to get through matches, so the IWTF decided this might be quite a cunning rule. And I think by and large it works. Xiao surely is the last of the late clappers. He always makes his point to his athletes.
And Spain have done a good job there. They've been struggling to break the Chinese serve, but they've gone and won 3 points in a row. And they now have a game point.
Well, how about that? They look to be struggling through that game, but they've come back on 4 straight, and they have levelled this doubles match at 1 apiece. One apiece then. A bit tighter that second game. It's a thing of long, beautiful rallies. Just 7 strokes, the longest rally there.
The Europeans who have the momentum right now. I did just think China were going to ease away in that second game. Remember, they were 4-love down and took back the initiative and had a decent lead at one stage. They've gone off the boil and Spain are making far more balls. We saw a number of unforced errors at the back end of the first game. Not making as many errors now, really making their opponents think and play a lot of balls. They're being conservative. You can see the speed of these rallies. Super quick.
Bit of a net on the way through. And Spain starting well in this third game.
Up so big, doesn't it, LIAN? If you're a Chinese fan and you see him rotate on that forehand, you probably have your heart in your mouth. It's a little hit and miss. There wasn't a lot LIAN could do there, just to even bunt it over the court, and they're going to swift to move up the table.
Yeah, the net cord was the deciding factor in that one. That was a little conning, wasn't it, from Marlin?
Clever little sliced forehand. Nice and short. And here's where the tactics come in terms of knowing where your opponent is coming from. So you have to alternate hits. Seeing what position they're coming from, so maybe getting them to move across the table to the other side. It's a massive forehand from Mark.
Sometimes you just get it so much in the sweet spot, hit it beautifully.
Oh, and another. This is falling away. Spinny generates on the ball, really brushing up the back of it. Bat speed.
Yeah, managed to get some space and rotation on the shot as well.
Second to the hold, isn't it? These two Chinese players, when they really go for their forehands. Time for Spain, who started this game pretty well. And you just wonder whether a timeout is going to be called, because China are on a roll here.
Yep, one of two things is going to happen. Vladimir Chavin is the Spanish coach, and he may feel, well, let's just see what happens. If they lose this, and I'll save it for when we're really up against it. The conversation, I think, is being had.
Maybe just the little break in play for Total down will help the Spanish. There you go. Momentum is checked.
Cardona with the trademark Hoik shorts.
Oh, he got there in the end. Clinging on in that rally, Spain. Crowd by a couple of Chinese fans.
Hedging their bets with the Brazilian shirts on, aren't they? Brazil have been enjoying playing here as well in this session, the bronze medal matches. That's better from the Spaniards. Still up against it here.
Well, that is some rally. What defence early on from LIAN and Ma. With the help of a net cord, able to turn defence into attack.
4 game points then for Ma and LIAN. Oh my word, what a way to wrap it up. LIAN turned defence into attack, and they are 2-1 up in this opening match of this gold medal tie.
尾摆那下摆个半长不短的就没这么着，要不就劈，要不你要能摆短就摆短。对，反拉就是在前面等着。总体是一定，盯了以后他就，不行的话就上手的话先盯一盯反手，完了再。
Back to the table we come. 4th game. China looking to wrap this one up. They have a couple of 11 sixes to their name, but couldn't quite get over the line in game 2. Ball returned to the Spaniards. And they better get underway.
We saw China in control after winning the first game in terms of going behind early in the second game, but then winning a number of points in a row, and you thought they were going to run away with it. And once again, you feel they've got the momentum here. And we're going to see some more twists and turns in this first match.
I tell you what has happened in this match, slowly it's opened up, hasn't it? We've seen some nice rallies, some great shots.
Yeah, the standards got better and better. Again, the tactical play as well as in trying to find ways through opponents. That point really sums it up. Different spins and speeds used.
Well, sometimes when you're trying to do these tricky serves with amounts of spin being deposited You can get it wrong, into the table it goes, and a timeout called immediately by the Spanish coach.
非常好啊！什么？ 只要一靠近这个球，基本都能控制啊！好，还坚持下手啊！线路打得非常好，打得很清楚，非常棒啊！加油加油！
A lot of people in for this session. It's been a great exhibition and advertisement for the Paralympic table tennis. And China looking good in this opening match. 2-1 up and 4-1 up in this game.
Of course, the timeout coming for Spain, and hoping that would check the momentum of the Chinese, who are in control of this fourth game. They're just trying everything really to slow the Chinese down and to disrupt their rhythm. The laws of the game. And that will help the Spanish at a point in this point construction. Seen too many errors like that one on the return from Ruiz to say the level has generally got better and better in this match.
Takes 3 then. Spain looking to claw the way back into this. Oh, almost got it back, Marlin. A miraculous shot if he had.
Big hitting from the Spanish. It's their turn to raise their game. Couple of big points these. I feel Spain coming back in this fourth game. And the return does enough. Too hot to handle, too much topspin. And again, much like the previous matchup that we saw on this table, teams just struggling to get clear daylight from one another.
Nice change of angle there. It's very nip and tuck this, isn't it?
Well, the devilish serve really wasn't picked. It's a one-point game.
Oh, yeah.
We went for the same serve again, and it worked. It enabled Spain to get on top of the point.
LIAN struggling. Heading over to try and get that shot back. It wasn't far away, and now the Chinese have decided they're going to take their time out. And sensible, I think, from Zhao Shuli, the coach of the Chinese side.
Well, they were 5-1 up, weren't they? But now this one in the balance.
接发球和发球这个得处理好，一定注意把发球和接发球呢要处理好啊。发球一定要慢一点，短啊，发球要短。第二个呢，接发球也是要慢啊。接他那个发球的话，挑的话，挑这个位置不是往中间挑。对，你要是敢挑的话，你
intense conversation, wasn't it?
Lots to be said. It's a discussion. So how do they play this point? Huge one. 7-all in the fourth game. And again, it's another point to Spain. What has happened to the Chinese team?
Well, doesn't look like the timeouts worked very well for them. Tentative from Marlin.
There's a lot of pressure on them, as I say, they're the favourites here.
They're asking, I think, for a little bit of a wipe down. It's not coming from the umpire who has a chamois there, and they're going to do it with their shirt. Oh, that's the rally of the match so far, and it's gone the way of the Spaniards, who have 3 game points.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it? They've suddenly raised their game. They just don't look like missing right now.
Yeah, they were all at sea.
Whatever was said in their timeout has certainly made a difference.
Much better from the Spaniards. One of those game points saved. They're not going to hold back, the Chinese. Hitting those forehands. 3 left-handers at the table. And some interesting and unusual angles being hit. China still with a bit of work to do here. They have the serve. And they've done it, the Spaniards. Excellent work from Jorge Cardona and Jose Manuel Ruiz. They'll take it to game 5. Could it be any tighter? Two apiece. Someone has to win it. Who will it be? Be brave to call it at this point, I think. Certainly the Spaniards had the momentum at the end of that 4th game.
It's been really interesting, isn't it? Again, there's been peaks and troughs from both teams.
When you think that the Chinese were ahead by 4 in that last game.
Yeah, 5-1, wasn't it? 2-1 up, and they had the momentum from the previous game as well, so they were going to go away from the Spaniards.
Oh, it took a bit of net there, didn't it? From the Spaniard return from Cardona, I think it was.
What an insane point that was.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
The defence from the Spanish, just something else.
Well, I thought it took a bit of net, but I don't think it did actually on the replay. Just the spin making it dip viciously. Perhaps that's the point of the match so far.
Oh, definitely. That was incredible.
Keep revising our opinions.
The Spanish team, as I say, just have given so little away to the Chinese.
That was the longest rally of the match, by the way.
That's a rarity. Very few cheap points the Spaniards have given to the Chinese.
That was a great forehand, falling away, managed to get it down the line. Advantage China, we said that before, and they've lost a game. Let's see what happens here. Chat around the table.
Just got to remember, it's a gold medal that's at stake here. Pressure on the players, you know, can do strange things to you. Try and stay in the moment, not overthink. Fans getting behind the Chinese.
Back and forth, this seesawing match goes. Spain falling back to just one behind the Chinese, and they have the serve. Spaniards have lost 3 points on their own serve, and you've got to keep putting the points on when you are serving. Turn around the athletes around the table in that fifth game, halfway through.
There's a wicked serve. Mistimed there on the return by Cardona. Thought it was going to be a little deeper, or at least carry a little more than it did. There's a lot of backspin on the ball. Dealt with the return a lot better on that occasion.
A little apologies, I imagine it must have taken a bit of net on the way through. Hard to tell it was travelling so fast.
There's no timeout for either team left, so they're left to their own devices. No way of checking momentum. You'd have to say it is the Chinese who have a little bit more of it, being 3 points up here.
Next point, I think the Spaniards will go for a very long towel break, though. Very good, very aggressive forehand from Marlin.
So well played though early on in the point. Of course, they're just doing these little nudges low over the net, short. All it takes is for one of those nudges to not quite have the spin on it, to have a bit too much height on it, and it allows a player to open up on a shot like that. As you say, Marlin, nailing the forehand. It's a 4-point cushion. We've been here before.
Yes, we have. Momentum definitely with the Chinese now, 2 points away from wrapping up the first match. Yeah, to serve. Really revving up for a big one. He ended up just overbalancing. To play these shots as late as possible. And we've got a bit of leeway here, still 4 points ahead.
Yeah, just making the point there, Ruiz, again. The Chinese coach clapping a lot. It's just a little too long, getting him off at this serve. It's getting a little tasty as well, Ruiz. They're winning the point and turning to the coach. The Chinese coach, that is.
It's not the first time, and he's not the only one who does it. It's to support his team, but I think it's also a little bit of gamesmanship. Here he goes again.
Oh, you've got to credit the Spanish there. I mean, to wind up on both shots, put their foot on the accelerator and kept it there. Now it's a 2-point game. And are the Chinese wobbling once more? Now these 2 points will be on their serve. He's just tried to be over tentative there, Ruiz.
Three match points to take the advantage in this gold medal match. And they've done it. Into the net for the Spaniards. And they've had to work really hard. Lian Hao and Ma Lin seesawed this match between the two sides, but it's advantage China. They lead in this gold medal tie by 1 match to nothing.
Yeah, it was absolutely fascinating to watch, and credit to Spain, they gave it their all there in the underdogs and very nearly came up with the goods, but you always felt they were chasing after losing that first game. They never really got themselves in front, so it's China who take a 1-match lead.